Just let me be great.
So what's up, what's going on YouTube? AJ Simmons here, and I want to tell you this. 10 things that help my franchise grow and be successful to the point where I won Franchise of the Year honorable mention, okay? So here's number 1. A supportive spouse. As y'all know, I reference my spouse. I reference Regina a lot. That's my day one, my ace, my rider. She's there with me. She's been there with me from the beginning. Even back when I was 19, I bought my first franchise, okay? She been there with me, riding and supporting. She helped me clean if I needed help cleaning. She would run and pick up supplies if I needed supplies picked up. She would train people. She was actually better at training than I am. Anything, whatever we needed, she helped me get it done. And I don't know if I would have been able to grow the way that I grew without her. So that's the number 1 thing that helped me, was having a supportive spouse, okay? Instead of having a spouse that put you down and say, oh, you just get a real job, instead of allowing me to go follow my dreams and actually supporting and even helping, okay? So that's number 1. Number 2, stable transportation. And especially stable transportation that was an SUV. Now, when I first started, we actually had, that was when I first bought my fiance's Range Rover. And so, of course, you don't really want to use no luxury truck for a cleaning business. But I was dumb at the time. I spent my last to get a liability, a depreciating liability at that. And I had to use what I had, so I used that for my business. But it ran, and so I was lucky to have that, okay? So as long as you got any type of stable transportation, you'll be good. But that's very important. Make sure that your car actually runs, okay? If you even got a car, make sure to have some trunk space. If you don't got enough trunk space, make sure that you're comfortable with putting your equipment in that back seat or that front seat if you have to, okay? And not caring about ripping the leather or whatever material you got in there, all right? So that's number 2. Number 3, cheap rent. When I say when you starting a business, you gotta understand that the life that you're currently living may need to change, and probably should change. And when I say change, it's probably gonna have to downsize, okay? You might have to give up cable for a little while and get that Fire Stick. You know what I mean? Or you might have to give up TV altogether or something. You might have to get rid of some bills. You can't get the newest phone no more. You know what I mean? You might have to save on that light bill. Get on a budget plan with the light bill company, but you might have to do some things to downsize your lifestyle. So we had a house, 4-bedroom house that I had just bought. And so what we ended up doing was renting out that house. And when we rented it out, we actually made a pretty good cash flow profit on it. So not only did I downsize and go to a very cheap apartment in the projects, but we also created another flow of income for ourselves. So that's number 3. Number 4 is, piggybacking off of that, other income sources. I had a couple different income sources when I got started with my cleaning business. So I want to say it was 3 at the time when I first got started. So just make sure that you got some other source of income when you first start your cleaning business. I even kept my job for a little while when I first got started, okay? But that's up to you, however you want to get those other sources of income. But make sure that those other sources of income, if you're going to have several of them, they must be passive. You can't be doing things that's going to take up your time, okay? It has to be passive sources of income. That's what I had, okay? All right, number 5 is a state of desperation. Like I said, when I first started that business, I had a job, and I was so desperate to get out of the job. So I was in a state of desperation when I had to get out of the job. Then when I finally quit the job, I was in a state of desperation again, because now I had the pressure of, oh, you dumb, you walked away from a $20 an hour government job just to go chase some stupid cleaning business that you don't even know if it's going to be successful. So I was desperate to prove people wrong. I was desperate to prove myself right. You know what I mean? I was just desperate to be successful. So that state of desperation drove me, okay? And speaking of drove, number 6 is I had drive, okay? And when I say drive, I'm talking about I will work 24 hours straight if I had to. I'd clean 12, 15 buildings in one day if I had to, from the time I wake up to the time that I fall asleep. I didn't say go to sleep, I said fall asleep, okay? I did whatever it took. Sometimes my fiance couldn't be with me out there because somebody had to watch the kids because we didn't always have a babysitter. So guess what I'm gonna have to do? go out there by myself and get it done regardless. No complaints. No, oh, I'm gonna take it easy in this building today because I got so many to do. No, every building getting vacuumed from carpet, wall to wall to wall. I'm touching everything, and I don't care how long it takes me. I'm not worried about per hour because I'm not an hourly employee, okay? I'm a business owner, I have equity, and I'm a clean as if such, okay? So that's what I had. That's probably the biggest thing that I had was drive. I refused to fail, okay? Number 7, computer knowledge. That's something that I've always had. I've always been interested in. Like I tell y'all a secret. When I was in high school, people used to pay me, and I didn't realize that was entrepreneurship right there, but people used to pay me money because I knew how to scan the report cards onto the computer and change the grades. So people would come to my house after school as soon as we get off the bus, and I make me a little bit of money. I change the grade. They take it home to their parents, and they get their little reward or whatever they get. But so I've always had computer knowledge, you know what I mean? And so I was able to create my own websites if I wanted one. I was able to create business forms that I wanted, flyers if I wanted them. I knew how to post on Craigslist, you know, simple stuff. I knew how to advertise on Facebook a little bit. I know, you know what I mean? So computer knowledge in general would really, really help me, okay? And that's something that I wanted to put out there, all right? Number 8, business experience. I'm going to tell you, like I said, I've been doing this since I was 19 years old. So I already had business experience. I had already owned 2 barbershops and 1 other cleaning company before I got started with this cleaning company that I have now, okay? So I had business experience. So I knew before I even bought a franchise, I should go get legal before I buy in instead of buying in under my name and then trying to transfer it later and making it complicated. I already knew, okay, I'm going to go get my LLC now. I'm going to get my EIN number now. I'm going to get my bank account now so that way I can do the purchase of the actual franchise in the business's name and not my name, okay? I knew how to do that. I knew how to write a business plan already. You know what I mean? I knew how to project certain things, so business experience was key. So my recommendation to you is to start early, start often. If you're young and you listening to me, you don't know if you're ready to start, you're not sure if you want to start. Start for the simple sake of getting that experience, getting the business experience, okay? Because the more you know what I mean, the faster you know it, the faster you can get to your goals, okay? And that's something that's helped me a ton. That's why I'm able to do these videos non-stop. People always say, it seemed like you know exactly what I needed, or it seemed like you know exactly what it is, because I've been doing this so long, man. I really have. I know I'm young, but I was lucky enough to start early. So I recommend that even if you're older right now, if you feel like you're older in age, or you feel like you might not be young as you should be, it don't matter. It's better. The best time to start with yesterday. The best time to start is now, okay? Start today, all right? Number 9, cleaning experience, okay? So with cleaning experience, like I said, I bought my first franchise when I was 19, so I had cleaning experience all day. And I sucked as a cleaner at first. I didn't understand why I kept losing accounts. I didn't understand why they were complaining. I thought that as long as I did the basics, dump all the trash cans, wipe down the areas that I see, and what else? And vacuum and mop and get out of there. And some days I wouldn't even vacuum all the way. You know what I mean? Or some days I'll skip mopping. You know what I mean? I just figured if I did a bare minimum, I used to miss trash cans. You know what I mean? Then over time, I started to learn, hey, you're not dusting. You know what I mean? Just because you wipe that lunch table down don't mean that you did everything. You still got to dust the top of all of that stuff up there. You got to get that baseboard. You got to get that corner. You see that spider web hanging up there. You know what I mean? All type of stuff. So it's cleaning. I had cleaning experience, okay? And over the time, I started subcontracting for other franchise owners because I kept losing my accounts. And once I started subcontracting for other franchise owners, they were able to show me the stuff that I wasn't getting. And it taught me. And also because when I started working for other franchise owners, I looked at it as, hey, I'm the same as that guy. He's an owner just like I'm an owner. And I'm an owner just like he's an owner, even though I'm working for him right now. So I got to make sure that I'm not just another employee to this person. I got to show them that, hey, you ain't got to worry about me. I'm an owner too. I got your back. And so when I did that, I knew that I had to deliver. And when I would miss stuff, they would show me what I was missing. And I started to learn, you know what? That's what I was doing wrong in my accounts. All right, so I had cleaning experience. So get you some. So if you waiting to buy a franchise, if you saving up to buy a franchise, go find somebody to work for now. If you saving up to start your own cleaning business from scratch, go find somebody to work for right now. Somebody's hiring every day. Go to the franchise office and give them your name and them and tell them to send your information out to the franchise owners and tell them you're looking for work, okay? Work for minimum wage if you got to. I did it. I worked for free. I literally worked for free to get my experience when I first started back then. All right, so call around, see who's hiring. If you serious about getting into this industry, go start cleaning now. Get your experience up. Learn what you can learn. Get up under that person's wing. Let them know that you plan on buying a business and you just trying to learn and get your experience up, okay? Most people will let you do that. You know what I mean? Some people, you got some who don't realize that wealth is abundant and everybody can have it, so they don't want to share everything with you. But most people will. Most of us understand that as entrepreneurs, okay? Especially the successful ones. That's why they're successful, okay? So get your cleaning experience up, all right? That's number 9. And finally, number 10, I honestly had a great regional president. And regional president, what I mean is, the local master franchise owner. I'm stopping calling them master franchise owners because I don't like the connotation with the master thing. So I'm gonna switch that because the actual title is president of Jam Pro, and then whatever your locality is. So mine was president of Jam Pro Hampton Roads, because that was the area that we covered. Okay, so I had a great regional president and a great ops team. Or really, it was one guy. It was my cleaning business mentor, who I like to call him Shamel. So when I first bought in, a guy by the name of Ted Belden was president over in Virginia Beach, and Shamel was the ops manager. And both of them did an excellent job training me. And Ted was kind of a one-man show between him and Shamel. They were kind of like that. It was a small team, but they did a lot. They covered a lot. Ted didn't micromanage. He didn't babysit. And matter of fact, when I bought in, he didn't even try to sell me to buy in. He told me, look, this is the information. He went over every little thing. He didn't try to hide nothing. And he told me, I'm not going to call you. If you serious, you call me, but I'm not going to call you. So don't even worry about it. I like that. You know what I mean? That was real to me, because I was like, you know what? He gave me everything. He telling me that, look, if you serious about being a business owner, then you let me know. I'm not about to come chase you. And I think that was a good strategy. And I think it was smart, you know what I mean? Because a lot of these companies, they'll sell to anybody, and then these people get into these accounts and lose them. Then the master franchise owner is looking like, or the local president is looking like, oh, well, why are we losing accounts? We need to do more inspections with the ops team. But it's like, no, you don't need more inspections. You need better franchise owners. You know what I mean? So anyway, I had that, like, the regional president, he worked with me on the sales and marketing fees. He was able to show me how to, you know what I mean, he taught me how to do business. He taught me not to give up. I had accounts that one account in particular where we went to twice a day, still go to twice a day, I still got it. And I wanted to quit that account so bad, and it ended up being my biggest account, my best account, my biggest profit account to this day. You know what I mean? I went back and negotiated, got more money out the price, all because he taught me into fighting through that account. Same thing with Shamel. Shamel coached me in that account. He came out, looked at my process, seen where I could improve. You know what I mean? Gave me cleaning tips. He did my special service work for me over there. Of course, I paid him to do it. That's my contract to work out to him. But either way, that was a great team that they had together, and they put me together. And then even when Ted sold the business to Jay, and now Jay and Delia pretty much take over, both of them are excellent. You know what I mean? They got Jay and Ted have different styles, but they both have they're both great to work with. You know what I mean? Same thing with Delia and Shamel. They got different styles, but you can learn a lot from either one of them. You know what I mean? So I was fortunate enough to get a great regional president and ops team. All right, so those are the 10 things that help my franchise be successful. Hopefully you can apply those things, if not some of them. You know what I mean? And hopefully this video was able to help y'all. So thank y'all for watching, subscribing, liking, sharing, and commenting. This is AJ Simmons, and I appreciate y'all. And matter of fact, speaking of my president, the president of the regional Jam Pro in Virginia Beach, Ted Belden, the one that I originally bought from, he actually was the one who made me feel comfortable with branding myself as AJ Simmons. It took me a while to even get comfortable with it, because I had just started doing YouTube. And when he called me one time, I'm gonna tell you a real quick story. He called me, he used to call me, and he told me, because I had my voicemail set as the standard phone number that the machine says for you, you have reached so, you know what I mean? And so when he called me, he left me a message, and he said, hey, you gotta get that voicemail fixed. Put a professional voicemail up there with you talking and tell him, you know what I mean? So I did that. And I said up there, this is AJ Simmons, blah, blah. And so he left me a voicemail. AJ Simmons. You know what I mean? And it had a little ring to it when he said it, but to me, it was. I had to get used to saying it. So he was the one that really helped me identify that brand, and it made me feel confident about saying it. Because if you've been following me since way back, I actually had a struggle with branding myself. When I was rapping way back in the day, I was Jani-king. People that went to school with me knew me as my first name, which is Anthony. Anybody else that knew me all around the world, including my mom and my family, everybody called me AJ. So most of the time people knew me as AJ, but I had a lot of different identities. So he helped me really narrow that down. But anyway, thank y'all again for watching and subscribing, like, and sharing, and comment. AJ Simmons here, and I appreciate y'all. Let's continue to grow. Let's get this money. Let's knock these goals out. Let's take some action and let's build. Don't forget to check out the website, ajsimmonsonline.com. I got stuff for y'all, man. I got stuff. I'm growing. I'm building. And if you want to be an affiliate, let me know. You can make some money with me, all right? So thank y'all.